Green Lantern's number 34. Tim Seeley writing,
Yeah.
Ronan Cliquette on art. So you got the Lanterns. They're trying to save this planet. All the aliens are like, no, we don't want to leave because of our religion. And Jess has to try and convince them to leave. Meanwhile, Simon tries to whip out that healing power that he's had once before and save the
Yep.
daughter that we met last issue on the ship.
Hey,
Which
let's talk about covers not representing at all what in the book.
let me glance at the cover again before I agree or disagree with that because I don't
Yeah,
remember
look
it.
at the
Yeah, no, I
cover
just
and
had
what
a
it
look. Uh,
says.
Oh, I'm getting up. I'm getting up. Beware, beware, Lizeth. She's gonna steal your heart. Okay, yeah. That's. I mean, I guess the only thing I can maybe relate in the book to that is that after they've saved the day, they've saved the planet, they've saved her. She's at a
Yeah.
concert and she comes backstage and says, "Hey Simon, thanks for saving me. Come back next time and I'll thank you properly."
Yeah.
That is the closest it
I'm
gets
thinking-
to that cover.
Speaking
I'm
of-
thinking
speaking of
zombie
having
turn
off the brain.
as I open this, going, oh, she died. Something's gonna happen with the solar flare, and she's a monster that he's gonna have to take out. And then he heals her, and we get the great story from the mom about how she was like a war orphan, and she took her in and helped her change her whole view on that world and whatnot. And it was really nice. Nothing stealing my heart though, or Simon's. For that
Oh, that
matter.
shoe was good, yeah. But I get the complaint it doesn't
Yeah.
match the cover. I like the variant cover actually. I just noticed it.
Yeah,
I
I'm wishing
have
I got the variant cover.
That is a nice cover. I have one real problem with this issue.
Oh, here we go.
Which
Go on.
is
See, this is a roundabout problem. It's the art, but not specifically the art in this issue. I really I think it looks great, but it's so tonally different to the last issue.
Yeah, I preferred the last
and-
issue's art. I have to say.
No, me too, but I think this is still pretty good. But it's so different, and this is only 2 issues into a run. It feels like it's so inconsistent already that it's just a little bit
I don't-
disappointing.
I don't think it's. You say it's 2 issues into a run. It's into the writer's run, but the art team's pretty much the same as before. So I feel it's the artist rotation is just kind of what it already was.
It is, but I feel like you want to. I remember, the first arc of every other book, like of all the books and runs, they made a point of kicking off with some consistency and going. At least, like the aim was always to have at least an.
Oh
arc.
yeah, but the reason why I'm sort of picking apart your complaint there is like I agree with the complaint. I just don't think you can blame it on this new run. It's just
No, I think it sticks out more, and
Yeah.
I did point out a few times in the previous run, especially when it was in the middle of story arcs
Yeah.
where it shifted
I think
dramatically.
I think Green Lantern's has always been the most guilty of the double shipping hurting its art consistency.
arts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been pretty bad.
But like you say, it's usually good art. It's just inconsistent is the thing. So obviously we have more flashbacks. We actually, Jessica actually got the job, which I was not expecting based on the scene in the last issue. Even though he's like, yeah, you can start in the kitchen. We'll see how you cope before we feed you to the public, which is I'm okay with that plan. Simon, on the other hand, is not, and the person hired him's as nice as possible about it, but you're right. We need trust on the crew, and if they Google your name, they're going to see those words. And yeah, I'm sorry, this is the way it has to be. So she's very honest about it and kind of nice about it, but it's still like coming back to bite him. It's still kind of the same block that he had. But no, so yeah, so the issue ends. Simon actually has a new place. He moves out of his sister's, and he's living in essentially a Lantern space station.
It's pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Sector 2814, so I assume close to Earth. Speaking of, when they're evacuating the planet, do you actually when he makes this big racetrack to like evacuate all the people? I assume everyone noticed the 1989 Batmobile on the racetrack.
I did not. I was just looking at the looping and the like the Hot Wheels track, which funnily enough they did in the Green Lantern movie, and that was kind of lame there. But here it makes sense. That's what Simon would do, since he's such a gearhead. I mean, he has an engine in his room he can work on, which I thought was funny. But now I'm gonna have to pull this up and look.
Yeah, it's just on the left. It's like just behind like the first car in your view, I think.
Yeah. Also, running to the idea that I love Jessica's ring and the ring's attitude. when she's, because obviously from the last issue she was like struggling to hold everything up, and the ring was like, oh, we're reaching maximum capacity, and in this issue the ring says, you're stretching me further than those yoga pants that you still have from college.
Yeah.
Oh, I love her ring so much. It's so good.
Oh, yep, there it is. And half the aliens look stoked to be up in space, the other half look terrified. I love it.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah. No, I didn't love this as much as last issue, but it was a solid conclusion to it. There was still a lot of fun moments. And obviously the big intrigue at the end is that it turns out that the ship was sabotaged by Keshkur, who wants to bring the planet back to like hating everyone and being powerful and not follow the teachings of Abin Sur and all that stuff. So he wants Angara to become evil again, basically, and turn them against the Green Lantern Corps. He ends up killing his henchmen. So as much as this was kind of just a 2-issue thing, it has actually set up this, I assume, a big villain we're going to be dealing with going forward.
Yeah, and some other stuff, like you mentioned how the ring has a personality. It seems maybe it's a little bit creepy.
Yeah, because Jessica goes to sleep, and we see like green, almost like 2 green figures kind of appear watching over her as she sleeps.
Yeah, and like and she hasn't even got the ring on, and it's still talking to her.
Yeah, it's actually very spooky. It almost looks like a radiation monster, I'm going to call it.
Yeah. Like in Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. I could see. I could almost see a 50s sci-fi movie with this green figure being the villain.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy, but I love how she has a little flash figure on her bedside table.
Yeah.
I never even noticed that the first time. That's pretty good.
Of course you do.
I don't know. What do you mean? Of course you do. How many people have an action figure of their crush sitting on their table?
If I could, I would. They made Jessica Chastain action figures. It would be right next to CM Punk. I might have just revealed too much about myself.
Unhealthy, one might say.
Yeah.
Although we're not getting straight to this villain that we introduced, we're getting a goofier villain, because we end with this little tease for next issue. What's his name here? Bolthunga. Who is arguing with one of those big wavy men that you get at the used car places.
Crazy arms.
Yeah, the crazy arms. And it's green, and he's demanding to take him to the Green Lanterns of Earth. It's actually a really funny ending. I'm not going to lie, I was cracking up.
I love how he just explodes it.
I also love
you won't talk.
He's using a megaphone to talk to it as well, which is my favourite part of the whole thing.
Did he bring the megaphone, or did he find the megaphone?
I mean, he could have found it at the used car place.
That's what I'm saying. I love Bolthunga. He's such the foil for Guy Gardner, so I want to see how he interacts with these two.
Yeah,
it should be a whole lot of fun. Yeah,
I like how he calls it your insipid joy dance.
Yeah. He also calls him a tall and wheedling creature of soul. Like, it's just...
I feel like him interacting with Jess and Simon's going to be gold. I'm expecting a funny issue next time.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially with Jess.
And we know that Seeley could do comedy through Nightwing and Grayson, so... You know.
It's the perfect counterbalance, because the previous page is that creepy green figure watching over Jessica.
Yep.
And then we go to this...
the previous page.
The previous page, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we go to the next page, and it's wavy arms, green thing.
It's such a great transition. You can, if that's a movie, you can see the edit of how it fades into being the wavy arm man.
And you just have this stupid looking alien with a megaphone shouting at it, "Take me to your leader," which is basically it. I think that's why he's asking him. It's because it's green. He's like, "Oh, you must be a Green Lantern related thing." So.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. No. So it's all different. I like the last one a little bit more, but I have little complaints. So, Seeley's doing a good job on Green Lanterns.